Welcome back. This is Monday, February 3rd. It's about 10:40. Um, Trading wealth charts platform with Apex Trader Funding. I've actually already taken a few trades, as you can see the entries and exits on here. 3 trades, 3 wins. The first trade that I took, I didn't have the copy on. It's just something that I tend to I forget sometimes. I don't know why. I have saved it. In fact, I'll probably save it again. To when I turn it on, everything should be right. But for some reason, this was not. So I'm gonna go ahead and save it, save the layout. Therefore, it should be saved to exactly the way it looks right now when I turn it back on. A couple of things that I've done because I'm using $50,000 accounts right now, or 50,000 accounts from Apex. I have chosen to add the NQ. I will be trading the micros along with the NQ, but I've added the NQ. In fact, that's what I traded today. It's actually what I traded, I think, the last in the last video. But making sure that these accounts are on there, and 650 on one account, 438 on the other account. Both of them are 2,500 from their drawdown, which is from the distance to the liquidation, which is the maximum amount. We got 2,200 almost in this account right here, trying to reach 3,000. I have 1815 in this one right here. Again, trying to reach 3,000 profit target. I like using the dome. Sometimes I'll market buy straight into it. Just need to make sure that the account right here says it on there. I don't like to be asked if I'm wanting to take that trade, so I'll always click that off. And then for some reason, I for some reason over here, when I would try and like when you would take a trade, it would usually show where my entry was. It would show the liquidation. It would show all of that stuff. But for some reason, it wasn't doing that lately, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I opened this up and realized that this was not on the account. So this is attached to the chart. This is just attached to the dome, which both of these are attached to the copy trader. So when I first started using this in the beta, um, it did it automatically. Like it automatically took the trades and it had everything on it the way it was supposed to be. For some reason, I don't know what happened. I was messing with it, playing with it a few times, and for some reason, it has taken that off. So I figured that out this morning, actually. You just click on this, and you got to make sure it says the account number, preferably the account number that you're using in your copy trader. So just make sure that that's what is being used. So taking a few trades today. I have my trading view open as well. And the reason I have my trading view open is because I like to have the Monday range on and then the VWAP on my trading view. I tend to kind of look back at this. Now, again, when I'm using trading view, I don't buy any type of thing for trading view. So I don't have real-time data. And the way I get by that is I go to the FX pairs and I pull up the NASDAQ 100. The one that I use is with Owanda. I used to use Owanda when I traded Forex all the time. So I pull it up on Owanda. And then it allows me to see the Monday range. So we opened up, gap down here. We put in a low right here on Sunday, February 5th at about 10 o'clock, 9, almost 10 o'clock. And then we put in the high right here. Now, I don't know why this isn't the high, because usually it's all the way to 5 o'clock today is the Monday range. However, for whatever reason, the high it is showing right there. And we have punched through that high. I believe that we'll fill this gap today before working back down. So I'm actually looking for, if I trade again, I don't have to, a setup that gets me another small move up into here. And that's the reason why I was bullish on the day. I did not come to the market until almost 9:30. Can't remember exactly when I took that trade. So yeah, almost 10 o'clock is when I came to the market. So that's when I took my first trade. And if we're looking on the 1 minute chart right here, you can see my entry is right here and my exit. So my entry is right here and my exit is right there on the first trade. Both of them were longs. What I basically saw was, let me just squeeze that up a little bit. We'll move it over because take out all the noise. Let me get rid of the drawings and then I'll pull them back up. All right. So what I saw was this, bull flag, however you want to talk do it. This was consolidation to me. I liked that candle. I liked the fact that we kind of broke up. We made a new high. I drew this line, and I liked this candle right there. So I really liked this green candle right there, closing the way it did. So I waited for a small little pullback. I jumped in about, I don't know, I think it was 10 or 11, and I sold it at almost 20. And again, quick, I was just looking for 10 points. I'm trading the NQ, not the micros. I'm not trying to hold on to these trades forever. My thought process was that we were going to break this high eventually. So whether it did it on this candle or the next few candles, I didn't know. I needed 10 points. And I saw this candle. We had enough room between this entry and the trend line that I put on here, and I just felt confident in that trade, so I went ahead and took it. Then we popped up a little more before pulling back right there. And then when this candle started to break free of this, close to the close of that candle, I went ahead and bought again. It immediately popped up. I sold it right there. Again, 10 points is about all I got out of it. It was roughly 10 points is all I was looking for. I basically enter the trade and then I immediately come to the dome. If I enter here at 33, I'll move it all the way up to 43, and then I'll go ahead and put in my exit trade up there, and then I'm done. I can also right click the graph and sell one unit or limit sell one if I'm in a long or stop or whatever, depending on which one I'm in. I could have done that. Feeling pretty confident in it. I actually thought I was going to get away from it, but when the market put in this candle right there, that huge hammer candle that came down, made a nice little move all the way back up, closing above this trend line, I felt like this thing was going to continue. So we kind of had a pullback at the beginning of the candle, and once it started to break above, I went ahead and entered. And this one, I think I actually got about 12 points out of instead of just 10. And basically, I was looking for the top of this, but I didn't want to put my target at the top of that. So I went a couple of points below it and took it out. I think it was 49.25 or something like that. It wasn't quite 50, but it was 49.25, and that's where I got out. And that's basically where I sit right now. So those were a couple of my trades today, just using price action, drawing a trend line on the chart, using a little price action, and utilizing just structure in the market. I'm not really focused on anything else, but just structure in the market. And again, like I said, I went back here and looked at the way this was moving. We had kind of pulled down at the beginning of the day to VWAP and then immediately slammed higher. And this is the area in which I took those trades. So I was pretty confident in the continuation into the high, the Monday high that it had already created. In fact, I feel like I said before, I feel like we should close the gap that was created at the beginning of the day. So I feel pretty confident in that happening today. So I was bullish bias coming in, even though I try not to come in with a bias. I like to read the charts. If it was showing me a short, doesn't matter if I thought it was going to go higher by the end of the day, I would have probably taken the short. But the fact that I knew that we had a chance to close this gap, we had already created a new Monday high, and I felt like we were setting up to push higher again. I just thought, the way that this chart was looking on the 1 minute chart, it just set up very good for some long trades. So that's what I had. And that's the reason why I took what I took. So I'm probably done for the day. And I'll look again tomorrow around the same time. I don't trade the open anymore. Clearly, I'm teaching a class at that time. I don't really have time to really jump into it and do it. I may not trade every day, but for right now, this is what I'm doing. And I am pretty happy about it. Happy with the trades that I took today. So, anyways, if you have any questions or comments, just please leave them in the comment section below. I'll try and get to you. I mean, try. I will get back to you. I've noticed that my videos are starting to get a few more views, and I like that. So, I'll try and continue to post as much as I possibly can. So, anyways, hope everybody else is having a great Monday, and I'll see you on the next one.